Welcome to the Midnight Vigil, the channel where the stars are always right and there really is a monster hiding underneath your bed. So I can't believe that we're still talking about this game, but here we are. It's Agony again. I know people are probably sick of hearing about it, but this is an incredible story. So we're just about on the anniversary of the first month of release, and I've got to say it's been a hell of a month for Mad Mind Studios. If you're still hearing about this game, let me recap you on the two at least previous controversies, and then we're going to get to the third one. So the first that people have been talking about, including myself, was the fact that the game was sold on this premise that it didn't fulfill. So it was kickstarted on the idea that it would show this sort of raw, unfiltered look at how hell would appear in a video game. You get to see this content, a dark world, all the depravity, all the sexual taboo content. So it's sold on that premise. That was the initial. I would call it a lie because that's essentially what these things are. So that's the first lie. They've set up a promise that they could never fulfill, or they had no intention of fulfilling. So that's the first incident. The second one was the day before launch. So we're going to go all the way back to May 28th when MadMind were saying, oh, okay, well, the game is unfortunately going to be censored, but we're happy to say that post-launch, we're going to be supporting the PC version, and we're going to have an uncensored patch. So for all of our gamers in the PC community, we're going to reward your patience and your faith in us as a studio. Stay tuned. We're going to give you more details as we get them. Okay, that's the second lie, because obviously that didn't end up happening. They were citing, MadMind were citing legal issues, and they couldn't do it because of these like shadowy legal issues that were going on. Okay, and then Steam has the big incident where Steam and Valve says, hey, sort of laissez-faire. We're going to do a little bit of regulation on trolling games, on inappropriate games, but overwhelmingly, we're going to let people decide the games that they should play. This is a move that I supported, by the way. So Valve says, okay, these anime titty games, because that was what it was on Twitter. It was the anime titty holocaust. That was a real hashtag. I'm not making that up. So this hashtag campaign is successful, and Valve kind of steps back, and they say, you know what? If you want to release some adult games on Steam, go ahead. So MadMind are again having to answer questions about what is going to happen with their post-launch plan of Agony. It's another lie because obviously the patch never happened. So then we get to the third lie. A week or so after that, they were saying that they were going to release on GOG, GOG.com, obviously the DRM alternative to Steam. It's popular. I'd recommend it. I've used them before in the past. Great service, great customer support, good prices. So they were saying, okay, well, we can't do the patch because of our publisher or these legal issues and blah, 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 blah. So now what we're going to do is we're going to be doing an Agony unrated version of the game on GOG. But they didn't announce what the pricing would be. They didn't announce how they were going to be releasing it. So if you kickstarted it, or if you were like me and you bought it on Steam, and Steam turned down my refund, I was obviously they did. I have 8 hours into this game, but if you already bought the game, they weren't ready to announce, were you gonna have to pay anything? Was it gonna be free? Anything like that? So just yesterday, they've given us a new update, which you can see here on your screen, the future of Agony. So, of course, I'm going to be like the typical YouTuber, and I'm going to read you my favorite part of an article that you're capable of reading yourself. But here we go. We regret to inform you that our company is currently struggling with financial problems. Due to technical and legal issues, MadMind must cancel the development of Agony Unrated. Okay, well, let's just dissect these two sentences because the rest of this is garbage that no one cares about. Okay, well, you're obviously struggling with financial problems for reasons that should be clear to everyone. The reviews are terrible. The sales can't have been that good because of the obviously the reviews, but the idea here was that you're selling a game on lies. You have failed from the get go because the game that I bought the game um, on launch when there was the expectation of the unrated patch. And back then, they were saying, okay, well, we've cut a deal with our publisher and we've only had to cut like 7 seconds from one of the endings. The rest of the content is as it was developed, as it was promised. Obviously, this is a lie. I don't have the comparison footage, but you can take a look at the way that they demoed the game, the way that the concept art, the early in-game models, the alpha is very different. The scene where the child gets killed with the rocks, it's like they've changed the model on the kids to make it less like children. I don't really know what that was about. The female NPC models have been changed. There's not really any graphic nudity there, which is kind of confusing because the male models in the game have floppy penises, which will respond in game with a graphic physics engine that someone decided to put a lot of time and effort into. But the physics engine doesn't react to female anatomy, which is strange and obviously not how the game was demoed. So what I don't understand here is they're canceling the development of Agony Unrated. Okay, so this doesn't work for two reasons. For one, if you remember in a video that I mentioned previously, we briefly covered how they were doing this like PR thing where if you signed up for this contest, you could get a copy of Agony in like a boxed set, and one person got it, and that one person had the only version of the game that was uncensored, unrated. So there was one copy out in the wild, which means obviously that Madmind have the code. So this idea that they have to cancel development, you are re-editing things that you've already put into the game. You are not doing anything complicated. If it really was 7 seconds that you cut out, just cut them back in. There's no need to develop this version for 3 or 4 months if what you're saying in the first place was true. Obviously, it's not. Obviously, this is a scam. Obviously, it's a lie. There shouldn't be any development if you had developed the game that you had promised to begin with. So I just don't understand this. We move from one controversy to another. This company does not understand transparency. They don't understand PR. You have people in the Steam discussions defending the company, saying like, okay, well, just give them time, wait for the patch, wait for the GOG release. What have you rewarded those people's patience with? You've been given so many chances here to correct this narrative. If you had been honest with people and upfront in the beginning, and you weren't promising all of these things that you were going to be doing, you wouldn't be in trouble right now. Obviously, that's not the case. Obviously, you're in financial problems because no one's buying your crappy game that's reviewing poorly, that has amazingly mixed reviews on Steam. I don't understand why they're not negative, but someone commented to me that there's this review bombing thing going on with Agony. It doesn't really matter. There's only 1,300 reviews for this game. It's not like this was a niche title. This was a super niche, adult marketed horror game. I don't understand why they sold their souls to get console releases when it's clear that seemed to have crippled the vision of the company. If they had stuck to embracing the PC community, embracing adult content for people that wanted it, selling the game that was promised. So I wanted to buy that game. I wanted to buy the Agony that I thought I was getting. But it's like they sold out and they didn't get anything out of it. I just don't understand what they were thinking. There was nothing to gain here, and there was everything to lose. So what exactly was the risk here? Stick with PC, and if the game is popular, you can port it over. You could port over the Game of the Year edition, which is what everyone does. You could port over Agony Extreme Edition to Xbox and PlayStation 4. I just don't understand why they've sort of they've hurt themselves in the long run to have the most mass market launch on multiple platforms when it's clear this shouldn't have been the case. I guess I should be asking, when is the Nintendo Switch version going to be coming? I mean, that just, it seemed like we're in crazy world right now. I don't understand. They said that they're going to keep patching it. The lighting system is going to be debuting in the next patch. I don't care. I can't care about this game anymore. Madmine keep dragging me back down to hell with them. Every time when I want to move on from this game, there's like a new story. There's a new thing going on. You know, I can't be bothered anymore. That's pretty much it until, tomorrow when the new controversy comes up. As sad as it is to say, does it feel like to some people that in a month, in 2 months, maybe shorter than that, we're going to be seeing about how Madmind have to close down because of what ended up happening, the controversy around this game? I obviously don't want people to lose their jobs. It doesn't make me happy to be negative and to strike back at a game that I didn't enjoy. I actually got that comment that I was a hater and I was enjoying hating this game. It doesn't make me happy when things go wrong for people. But when you misuse your position of trust, when you market games that you have no intention of making or selling, this is the reaction to that. And again, as sad as it is, I won't be surprised if they end up shutting their doors down. They can't seem to get it right with this game. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm going to be doing a video on Bloodstained in the next couple of days. Maybe we'll be covering that a little bit. I think I'm going to do an impressions or a review of that. That's pretty much it, though. Thank you for watching, as always. I wanted to say thank you to the community. It's been an incredible month and a half. We're almost at 2 months now. I've been blown away at the growth on the channel. I wanted to thank everyone for subscribing and showing their faith in me. We're going to be moving forward as a gaming horror channel. We'll cover some movies every now and then, but I think for now I'm going to put an end to my true crime, to my haunted location series. I'm going to be retiring those. I'm going to be doing a separate project with them because I just didn't think that fit the YouTube community. They weren't visual enough. Audio doesn't really work here. But I'm going to be retiring that, and we're going to be going games. So I just wanted to thank everyone. I've been blown away by how fast we've been growing. But that's it. If you have a Twitter, as always, you can follow me at Midnight Vigil. I will see you guys next time in the next video.